Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to go over how you can update responses in Qualtrics just in case if a mistake was made or if something else happened that you do need to go back and edit a person's response. Now the way you're going to do this is if you head into the survey and come into your data analysis tab, there's a way of doing it that's manual and there's a way of doing it that's more automatic and updates many responses at once. So first, let's generate a few test responses here. 5 should be enough. And then once we have those guys generated, we'll head into the data analysis tab and update a few of them. So these guys should pop in here in the next 30 seconds or so. Go up here, refresh the account. It should take a little bit of time for them to update. But a common situation which occurs is, let's say that for question 3, 1 is labeled as awful, 2 is labeled as bad, 3 is okay, 4 is good, and 5 is great. Let's say, hypothetically, that you accidentally changed these recode values so that these guys were flipped. This is going to be a discussion about recode values that will be had later. But let's say these responses were flipped so that when you're analyzing the data, all the awful ones are labeled as great, all the bad ones are labeled as good, the okay stay the same, the good are bad, and the great are awful. Now what you can do in the data analysis tab is if you head in here, you can bulk update many responses at once so that they reflect the correct values. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add in the question where we change the recode values. Number 3. Let's add this guy in here. So now in this case, everything is backwards. Everything has been recoded backwards. So what I'm going to do in here, if I want to change the response for one response, is I can click into the response here and then select what I want the new response to be. So I'll click to bad. Since everything has been flipped, I'll change to from bad to good, since that was actually the correct response or the response the person should have selected. Then click review and publish my changes. And then for that one response, it will update in the system with this new value I corrected. And you'll see this little gray triangle pop up in the upper left corner of the response that indicates that a change was made by me. Similarly, if I want to do this another response, I'll click into it, click this drop down menu, select the new response. Let's say I want to change it to awful, review and publish, and then that change saves as well. Now, if you want to do this for a number of responses at once, what you can do is you can filter the responses you want to change. So in this case, I'm going to filter all of the question 3 responses where it is good. I see all those responses. I'm going to check all of these to select them. And then with this pencil, I can edit all of these responses at once. So I'm going to click on question 3, 4, and then I can change all these guys to be 4, or I can change them to all be 5 or 2 or 1 and so on. In this case, I'm going to change them all to be 2 since 4 was flipped to 2, and then update them. And then once this request stops pending and I refresh the count, all the 4s in the survey should be updated to be 2s. So it'll take a little bit of time, but they should all update. Let's try that one more time. Perfect. And you see here that there are no more 4s left in the survey. They all got updated to 2s. So those are the 2 ways you can go about changing responses in your data analysis tab. Once again, to recap, the way in which you go about doing this is if your data is incorrect for some reason, you head into your data analysis tab and you can click into the individual response to change one of them manually, or with a filter, you can filter for all the responses you want to change. So in this case, question 3 is 2, or rather 4. And then with this pencil icon, after you check everything, you can bulk update all those responses at once. Hope that clarifies things. If you guys have any additional questions or concerns or anything else you want to go over, any topics you'd like to see, please feel free to reach out in the comment section below. Always happy to go over any additional topics that you guys find helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon in the next video. Take care.